Why hello everybody, how are we? My name is Unicorn Pandu. Welcome back to another video. So Chantal uploaded another video. It's called Burger Fries and Pepperoni Pizza Mukbang, which, girl, you literally just spent $200 of groceries and we're back to ordering out. And today's topic is going to be something about like what she made in the past or something. It was something about it in the thumbnail, I really don't know. But let's see what Chantal has to say today, shall we?
Hello, foodie beauties. Thank you. Perfect for each other. Weirdos. Hello, guys.
And I already want to leave.
Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to another video. Before I start this video, I just want to say that I've put a link in the description for a website that if you're choosing to boycott brands, restaurants and things like that because of the
This is also a great reminder for me to remind everybody about the red hijab anti-Semitic rant that she just went on like 2 weeks ago or so. Yeah, that's a really great place for me to remind you guys.
The occupation of Palestine. You can type in a company name if you're in doubt in there. It's like a search engine. It will pop up and tell you if it's on the if it supports Israel or not. I know sometimes there's products that may be on that list, and we're doing our best that we can. If you're interested and you want to know,
Doing the best that you can, but yet in your last mukbang you had a Pepsi. Yeah, because that makes sense, right?
definitely check it out.
And also you're on YouTube. Makes sense, right?
I think you should, and we're trying to do that as much as we can. We're trying to eat as local as we can.
Okay, well then get off YouTube. Bye-bye. You can leave. Bye-bye, but you're not going to. Why? Because you like money.
So, yeah, this is local food here right now. So, bismillah. This is a lemon mint slush. I have a burger, excuse me, burger meal and a pepperoni pizza. All right, let's dig in. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about, a lot of you have probably heard this, again, rerun. Okay, so this burger has like a whole bunch of veggies on it. Green pepper, tomato, mayo, cheese, beef burger. Yummy. Lipstick goes on, lipstick comes up. I don't want to get it everywhere. So we have 3 dips with these fries. Spicy mayo, ketchup, and mayo. Nice fries. Can't hear you. Shush.
Good. I love that for her the most. Keep honking, boys. I'm already so pissed off at this video. Just like, hey, leave. I'm leaving. Okay, fine, I'll stay, but like...
When you haven't eaten all day? Seriously? So sorry about that. Guy doesn't even know his road rage is being caught on video. So I thought I would tell you about my work history. Because since I'm a YouTuber, I've gotten a lot of, get a job, you freaking lazy bum. So...
Well, Chantal, if your views keep going down, you might have to. I don't know, but like, girl, your views have been tanking as of late. Like this week alone, it's been bad.
I did have I've been working my whole life since I'm 16. Hi, come show yourself more.
Piss off. To her, not Julia.
It's so yummy. Let's try this pizza. So I thought I would just tell you like everywhere I've worked.
No, I've said this before in another video, but I'm not even mad about the ketchup on pizza because I tried it with a Hot Pocket, not with like an actual piece of pizza like this. It was one of the most life-changing things I've ever had. I'm not even, that's not even a joke. I'm being 100% serious. It made the pizza more pizza-y. There's no explanation as to what ketchup on pizza does, but you have to try it. It's wild.
Up until YouTube. Because I do consider YouTube a job because I put time and hours into making videos, you know?
Chantal, here's the thing. So do other people, and we also get paid. I love that for you the most.
And I get paid, and I pay my bills with that, or I pay
I mean, again, we get paid too. I love that for you.
Whatever with it, you know? Maybe.
And also, the funny thing is that her money is worth about 1/4 of what it is over there compared to Canada.
When I started making money on YouTube, that's when I considered it a job where I could have enough to pay for things, you know? So let's go back to when I was 16. I was living in a group home because I got kicked out of my home for being a beezer. I don't blame my mom. It actually taught me a lot of things whenever she kicked me out of the nest. I mean,
Okay, did it though, because look where we're at in life, Chantal. Like, really, it taught. Okay.
she still gave me money and she still invited me over for dinner every day. But the group home was an amazing experience for me. I met one of my best friends there. We were roommates. She had 9 Inch Nail posters. She was obsessed with 9 Inch Nails with Trent Reznor. Oh my gosh. Very thin crust. So anyway, at this group home, they wanted you to be productive. They promoted productivity in youth. And they had the opportunity for a few of us to, I was one of the more behaved people there actually. My roommate and I, go to this job. It was like Job Zone, Cornwall, Ontario. This place that places you in a job. And then the place can decide if they want to, like, I think the place pays them like a placement agency for youth. So I got placed at New York Fries. Like $6.25 an hour or something. I didn't like it because it was so much work for a little pay.
Oh no, Chantal actually had to like work or something. Gosh darn it. Oh no, poor thing. Oh, so why are we talking about Canada again? Go home.
The time I was working on my own, so I was responsible to like clean all the fryers. One time I cleaned all the fryers, which took forever to scrub the back of the fryer. Put everything away. My bad. But if you don't do that early, here's the thing with working in fast food. If you don't do it early, like maybe start a half an hour until close, at least start. You're going to be staying late and you're not going to get paid for that.
Also, is there a reason why we still have beef, like, oh god, I would say 30 years ago from a fry place that you used to work at? Is there a reason? Therapy.
So, one time, 3 minutes until close, because you can't close. Technically, a customer could come in at, let's say you're closing at 9, and the mall closed at 9. 8:59, you have to serve them.
Oh darn, it's like, it's not 9 o'clock technically, so if you really want to think about it, you guys are still open. So if a customer comes in, oh no, you guys are still technically open. Wow, it's like time is the concept or something.
A huge family came, ordered like 7 poutines. It was crazy. I cried. So then, I eventually just got fired for like missing too many days. So then after that, I moved in to live with a friend and slept on her couch. The one who was hosting like a man from China. And he would come down at 5 in the morning and slurp noodles while I'm right there sleeping.
I was about to say I'm not exactly sure about the story, but I do remember her at one point talking about some guy slurping noodles at night.
I didn't get much sleep to go to work. But anyway, I found a job. My mom's neighbor at the time, the one who looked like and sounded like Ned Flanders. Anyway, he got me a job. He was the manager at a place called Ridgewood. It was a place where you make like cheap furniture.
Is there a reason why you keep rolling your eyes like every 5 seconds? What's wrong? If you don't want to be here, you can go. You can leave. You're not even supposed to be here technically because, you know, Google. Bye. You can leave. If you don't want to be here, like, who's going to be watching this and be like, yeah, this is just like the greatest mukbang ever. She seems really happy. She keeps rolling her eyes and she seems really agitated. Yeah, great. Wonderful. Yeah, girl, what new audience are you getting with this? Because this is going to get anything but.
And it was an industrial area where the bus didn't go too often, and I was on a late shift. And sometimes I would walk the whole way. It took me an hour. But it was a very decent pay for my age. I think I was like 17 at the time. Dial-up internet was still a thing. Yeah, I'm old.
Oh my gosh, Julia, yeah, get on camera so people can complain about it in the comments so that way I get more engagement. Girl, we see you. Come on. You gave away yourself by show yourself more. Yeah, really smart, Chantal.
Don't be camera shy. Anyway, labor jobs, oh my gosh. I swear I'd be doing the same repetitive thing.
Isn't this also the same neighbor that died of a heart attack or something? She's told the story before.
Taking this board, putting it on the machine press, taking it off. I would look at the clock and it would feel like hours and it was only minutes. I didn't even smoke that much back then, and I started just so I could go on smoke breaks. And complain about the job with others, because that's where everyone went to complain about the job. The smoke area. There was one Karen, she was very popular. Every smoke break. Yeah, I've been here like 13 years. They can't even give me an extra vacation. Give me my extra week of vacation when I want it. But I would be like, yeah, go. Eventually, they laid me off because I sucked at the job, I think. I wasn't fast enough. I'm not a machine.
No, Chantal, you probably didn't do your job, period. Like, if you missed days at your first job, I can only imagine what the second job entailed. Especially when that was, like, physically labor-intensive like that. Always the victim. Never like, oh, maybe I was not performing up to the expectations that I was expected to be, and they let me go because of that. No, I'm not a machine.
But that place paid, how much was it? Maybe 12 an hour or something like that. And this whole time I'm attending high school, okay? So then there was always layoffs in factories like that. It's still open today.
How would you know if this place was open, Chantal? Were you Googling places in Cornwall if they were open? Go home.
My neighbor Sally, he passed away. We were having a family barbecue and the cops came over and said, "Have you seen your neighbor lately?" Actually, no, we haven't. They checked, sure enough. He was deceased in his home. Heart attack. Rest in peace.
Okay, so I was right. Okay, that makes sense. And I'm inclined to think that that story actually happened, just based on the fact that she's told it before, and she told it right twice.
So then, after that, I went to New York with my family on a trip. And where did I work after that? I had a few odd jobs. Worked at a day in a bakery. Couldn't figure out how to tie the cake boxes with that rope, so I just got let go. I wasn't sad about it. Then I worked at the seafood restaurant in the kitchen. They were hiring, and I thought I was going to be a waitress. But I swear they looked at me and they're like, "Nah, you can work in the kitchen." All of the people they made waitresses were like the hot, thin, blonde, you know. Again, there I got laid off. I could not figure out how to blacken snapper. One time I dropped the whole bin of chowder everywhere. Ugh, what a disaster. Another one was telemarketing is the worst. Oh my gosh. Selling pantyhose. 1 minute you're employee of the week, scamming people into buying crap they don't want, like encyclopedias. The next you're laid off because you're not productive enough and selling enough.
Chantal, it seems like a pretty reoccurring theme that, like, you're not doing your job. Every single one is just like, I was let go because I wasn't up to performance. The next one, I know it's wild. You won't believe what happened. I was let go because I wasn't performing right. And the next one is like the craziest one. Yeah, it's because I wasn't performing. I know. How dare they? Do you see a pattern here, Chantal? Because I do.
Another one was trying to get people to buy, getting their floor carpet clean. I think the whole time I worked there, 2 weeks, one customer. You'd go in, the woman would rip a page from the phone book, give it to you, call all these numbers. The one customer I was so grateful for because it made me happy. She got like the total package. You can have one room for like blah, 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 or you can have 3 rooms for blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she's like, okay. I was like, sorry? She's like, sure. I was like, all 3 rooms? Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, let me sign you up. Anyway, the guy never paid us. He went like bankrupt and scammed us out of being paid or something. I don't know. I went to cash my paycheck and it bounced. Only one customer in 2 weeks. I can see why. Anyway, man, if I owned that business, I wouldn't hire people to call the phone book. I would just do it myself. Then I was focusing on, I went to Katina Vic. I traveled around Canada volunteer working, where I worked for free for 40 hours a week. Very rewarding work. I told you about the women's shelter. We also did, that was in Mattawa, Ontario. I don't remember how much the telemarketing jobs paid. I think they were a lot of commission based.
Okay, since I just realized that this is almost a 40-minute video, and I don't want to be here all day, so I sped her up to 1.5.
Maybe $11 an hour. Katina Vic, they gave you 21 bucks a week I spent on cigarettes or booze. And then in Quebec City, I worked at a, how would I describe that? Maison de la Famille, home of the family. It's like a social program. So they develop programs for like families in need. They have like family day festivals, learning programs. I had to teach the mayor of the small town English. I was responsible for developing programs like that. Very interesting. And then in Emerald PEI, where I lived, I used to bike uphill every day to Bredelbin, pass by a bunch of cows who look forward to me seeing them. And I worked for a weird environmentalist guy. I don't mean weird in a bad way, but he was like very eccentric. Anyway, he owned a lot of land, and we were hired an environmentalist group to cut down brush from the trees and make brush mats along the side of the banks so they don't erode. And I had to wear like those waders and everything. Very challenging. I wanted to challenge myself. I could have picked another job.
I mean, like, why don't you do that now? I mean, just like years later, look where you are, halfway across the world for a man that just wants to get to Canada. Great job. Woo.
Then when I came back home from Katina Vic, I finished high school, went to university, dropped out because I was homesick. I was on like a grant and like a loan, student loan. And then I went to work at StarTech in Cornwall, like a customer service for AT&T Wireless, and then Singular.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to Singular? Did they get bought out? Probably. Just like Altel, Verizon bought them. Wow. I haven't thought about that in a while.
For many years. One of the best and worst jobs. That's because Our team was funny and fun. I worked a lot of night shifts with Pete. Most of the time I just played this copter game, but the customers were so sometimes difficult, and sometimes it was busy. Like you had a red queue. Red means like back to back overnighting on calls waiting, and you were pressured into productivity. You had to hurry, you know, or else quality assurance would come after you and be like, your calls are too long and kind. Like, buddy, let's trade jobs. This is not an easy job by any means. Anyway. I know I'm starving. I haven't eaten in a million years.
Oh no, because you're just wasting away, Chantal. I can barely see you. Don't turn sideways now. It might disappear forever. You'll be fine, I promise.
So,
ma'am, you literally just ate an entire burger and fries. I think you're okay.
I said I wouldn't eat all this, but I don't know. It's very, I'm like not full. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You're coping because you want to go back home. It's not super hard to see. You've been talking about Cornwall this entire time. Go home.
I ended up just like needing to leave because of my mental health. I couldn't take customer service. I couldn't take the daily beatdowns and doing it with a smile. Your customers can hear you smile. I hope they can hear the middle finger too. I'm kidding. Anyway, that was rude. So after that, I applied for a job with the Red Cross, doing scheduling. Oh, StarTech paid $12 an hour, something like that, 12 something, which was a good salary back then. But then I got hired at the Red Cross, working in the office, scheduling home care. Tough job. If someone called in sick, for example, like PSW, like a personal support worker, you had to rush and rebook all of their day, and it was hard because like people are overbooked, you know. And these people rely on services. They need their care every day. Some people are reliant on it, having a caregiver. I got paid $15.50 an hour to start, plus $1, an hour more if you work after 6. I didn't like the management there. My boss, when you're in the worst mood and you're overworked, she would try to boost morale by coming around when you're busy. I'm like, hey, don't look so sad, Chantel. What are you doing? Like that kind of thing, but it just gets on your nerves, you know. And then the supervisor.
At least it's better than having a really bad boss. I mean, I can see where it's just like, oh my, can you not? It's like kind of like Chantal when she's like, oh my gosh, guys, hi. You're just like, oh, I get it, girl. Yeah, I get the same vibes from you. Don't worry. But I mean, it's better than having like a super negative boss, I guess. So I guess there's that. Also, something I've noticed is like every single place is just awful. Oh my gosh, this place was just the worst, and oh my gosh, this doing that was the worst. It's just like Chantal doesn't like to do work or something. Wild.
She would come up. I could barely hear her, you know. I had my headset on and she would always come to my desk. I wouldn't even notice. Sometimes she would scare the crap out of me. She would just be standing there, like looking all stern, but like, I don't know. She always had like this weird little smile on her face, but I think it was just her facial expression. I'd turn around and be like, oh, Janine, you know, like you scared me. And she would be like, did you book all of Rebecca's clients for today? I'm like, I'm working on it. I'm not a miracle worker. Anyway, so then I moved up to Ottawa, and I got a job because of my healthcare background at a home healthcare service. Again, the only reason I left the other job was so I could work at the one in Ottawa. Similar pay, 15 something an hour. Was there for many years, underappreciated, underpaid. So one day during my shift,
every single place that she's ever worked at, underappreciated, underpaid. Ma'am, it might just be the fact that you don't like working. Have you ever, like, has that ever crossed your mind? Every single place, underappreciated, and you make, and you, ma'am.
I looked up other jobs. I kept asking for a raise, like anything, 20 cents. I needed more money. I applied. Oh no, I went to work for another healthcare company in between. Went back to the other one. My boss took me back. She knew I worked hard. That and my friend at the office, like,
yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not saying much, but like, what do you want me to say? Ooh, you went to another place to work at, and then your boss took you back. Wow. Oh my, that's so interesting. It's just like I'm listening to a seminar. I'm just like, okay, wonderful. Anyway, it's just like there's nothing really to comment on here.
I was like, please take her back. We're like working together. Then I worked at the psychiatric hospital. I let go. I knew it was because I didn't get along with my boss. She was a doctor. I was very set in her ways and was used to having the same secretary for 23 years. And we just didn't match. My mental health was deteriorating as well.
Well, Chantal, your mental health is not your boss's or your company's issue. If your best friend's mental health isn't your issue, neither should that.
I couldn't make it for 7 a.m. I hated it. So I came in late a lot, which isn't good, but I don't have the best work ethic, I'm sure you can imagine. When I'm unmotivated and not feeling well.
Like, spanning back from when you were like 16 though. Every single job.
Nervous of being like shunned for my work. But it was
You
unionized.
ended up doing that anyways because you wouldn't even try.
And the hospital paid me off. They gave me a really nice sum of money that I could live off for a while I was looking for another job.
And you did that, and then you started YouTube, and here we are 6 or 7 years later. Wonderful.
I thought I'm going to take a little break, mental break. So I stayed home, and also because I was wrongfully dismissed, I argued that with unemployment, I was also getting unemployment on top of that. But they deducted the money that I got from the settlement. Anyway, I started as a temp position in the schizophrenia ward. And I was making 25 something an hour. Can you imagine? From 50 to $10 more an hour than where I was before. And then I applied because I knew my temp position was a maternity leave. My time was up, but I had access to internal applications system. So I applied for an opening as a level 3 secretary, more responsibility, for 28 something.
Because the woman that was struggling already needs more work. That makes sense.
An hour, and amazing benefits, vacation, you don't have to work holidays. In another department. What's wrong with me? I'm still not even that full. Oh well.
Because you're coping, Chantal. You're coping. You use food to cope. And you ate that so fast. I mean, I have her sped up, to be fair. But, like, you probably ate that so fast your brain doesn't register, like, did I have food? I think I have food. And I don't know if I have food or not. That's why.
That's enough. I remember the union calling me in. Or my boss emailed me. Said there's a meeting with the union and management at 11:30. I said, all right, well, I have to set up the boardroom for a meeting and take minutes. They're like, no, the other secretary will do it. I said, okay. And I was like nervous. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm going to get canned. You know that feeling? And I was like, oh no. So, but then when I got in the boardroom and the union and the management talked to me, said, sign this form, don't give like details exactly of what's written in the termination paper. And we'll give you so-and-so with like thousands of dollars and yada, yada, yada. And you can go home now. So in my head, I was like, and they brought a box of I'm sorry, but they brought a box of Kleenex to the boardroom, thinking I'm gonna cry for my position, and my eyes were as dry as ever. I was a little crap. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I admit when I heard this, I was thinking in my head, okay, so you're gonna terminate my position, which I don't like anyways. Give me thousands of dollars, and then I'm gonna get unemployment. Heck yeah, sign me up. So, but that's the good thing. It was a really nice place to work, and you could have a long career there. That's the thing. It wasn't for me,
Chantal, neither has anything else so far. Since you started working, there's been nothing. That's been your forte.
So that was that. And then I was at home and I thought, I started watching more YouTube since I had more time. And I thought, this was 2017. I said, I'm going to start doing makeup. So I started doing makeup. Didn't really get that many views, maybe 50 views or something. Then I made a video, Meet Your Haters. I started watching Amber Lane and I couldn't for the life of me understand why all of these people who just seemed like a bunch of miserable hypocrites to me were making so many videos about the pettiest, stupidest things. And it got a lot of attention because nobody dared challenge them, right? So people started turning on me and, it got talked about all over the internet on these forums or whatever. And then I started doing mukbangs.
I wonder, what happened for her to get on the radar like this? Because I watched Amber back in the day. I think it was December 2018 is when I found Amber. She was still living with Eric and Ricky and Becky at the house. And very wild ride. I found them through the Slayton sisters. So I found the Slayton sisters. Algorithm took me to Amber. Watch Amber. I knew of Chantal, but I didn't keep up with her because she was really, really boring. But then December 2021, I'm just like, what is going on with Chantal? Because up until then, I've been hearing about it's so crazy. There's been a lot of Coca-Cola, but not Coca-Cola. I guess it's worth looking into. Yeah, okay, and it's just wild, and here I am.
Because that's when mukbang started becoming a huge trend in America and in Canada, whatever. So I hopped on the trend bandwagon and I started doing story times and just gained traction. And I remember making my first $50 and thinking, 50? Because I always hear it was so hard to make money on YouTube. Yeah, it can be, yeah, for sure.
Money issues?
You need to have thousands of views or whatever. So I remember telling my grandmother, do you think I could
Okay, so we're gonna bring up grandma.
Not look for a job and just do this as a job? And she was like, oh no, I wouldn't rely on that. I don't think it's gonna happen. Well, here we are today, years later.
Went from making nothing to 20 grand a month back down to pretty bad because your views have been awful.
Had some good times, had some not so good times, but it's been a ride. Sometimes the thing with YouTube income is it's not the most stable. It goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. You know, this is just lemon, real lemon and real mint with some sugar mixed. Oh my gosh, I've been talking forever. That's in a nutshell some of my work life. I'm sure I'm missing out a few things here and there, but you know, when I went to school, I did story times, a lot of story times on this, but I never like went through, I don't know if I went through each job category.
I don't know if that's even reliable because what's the number one rule about Chantal? Exactly.
And how much I made. Now here I am acting a fool on the internet. Well, it's 2023. What else is new? Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. I can't believe I ate all that food out. We didn't think I was going to, but I was very, 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 very hungry. So actually, now that it's catching up, I'm feeling more full. So I'm good for the evening. Alhamdulillah. All right, guys, thanks for watching me and listening to me. And I'll be doing next video will be a cooking video.
Finally, it only took like $400 worth of groceries for you to finally cook. Whoa.
All right, guys, take care. Bye.
Okay, yes, that was awful, and I won't dabble too long because I gotta edit all of that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.